I have the honor of introducing Mr. Michael R. McCormick as our inspiring keynote speaker from Verde Unified School District. Michael McCormick is a superintendent of the Verde Unified School District. He is known for his passion for innovating and helping students acquire their higher education aspirations. Before becoming superintendent, Michael served for 6 years as the Assistant Superintendent for Education Services for Verde Unified School District. Under his leadership, Verde Unified School District has been recognized by the Leadership Policy Institute in 2019 as a California school district that is beating the odds for African American and Hispanic students. And Education Trust West named Verde Unified School District as tops among California districts closing the achievement gap. He participated as a member of the Riverside County contingent of educators summoned by the White House to a meeting at the U.S. Department of Education to create the Riverside County Education Collaborative and connect with the College Day of Opportunity. Mr. McCormick is proud to serve on Tony Thurman's first ever Superintendent's Advisory Committee. I welcome and introduce Mr. Michael R. McCormick.
All right. Well, thank you, Arlene, for that kind introduction. Everybody hearing me okay? I just wanted to make sure, thumbs up there. Okay, yes. Right on. I appreciate it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start my timer. And if I happen to go over time, somebody just say, it's time to be quiet, and I'll do that. But I want to say good morning to everybody. When I was recently invited to be keynote speaker at today's CEI meeting, I was honored. With everything that's going on right now, participating in this event was something that I knew was going to lift my spirits. And as I mentioned to Stephen, it was truly the best news that I had heard in some time. It's a joy to be reminded of the work that keeps me going. It's a treat to be with like-minded folks who truly feel passionate about the importance of family engagement. Our district's investment in improving community engagement has been part of our story for some time now. Just like the 17 districts in this network, we've been working hard to improve outcomes for students with special emphasis on our underserved student population. You see, our district's approach to family engagement rests on 3 core pillars. First, for us, family and community engagement is not asking families to show up, listen, and learn, but rather we, the school district and all the schools, need to be listeners so we can ensure families a space where they can engage, be informed, and decide. We value what we can learn from families in our community. We listen, and we act upon what's important to them, their ideas, their priorities and concerns. We work in solidarity. Secondly, our emphasis is in making sure that our partnership is purely strength-based. We value, recognize, and respect the already existing strengths that our families bring to the table. And finally, we believe in the empowerment of families as leaders and change agents. This means that our families are given their rightful place in the decision-making process. We partner with them as authentic allies to build together what we believe is needed for our community and to make positive changes for our students. And so this brings me to a time, it's kind of interesting for me. I've been in the district for 25 years. And so when I was just a young person and had a full head of hair, I was a middle school principal. And I remember that we were doing an end of the year ceremony for some amazing students. And there was this very shy Central American young lady from Nicaragua who I recognized. And after the ceremony, I got to meet her parents who were kind of shy. And, we had a little chat and then went on our way. A few years later, I discovered that the mother of that shy Nicaraguan girl was actually one of our Spanish teachers in the district. Miss Vargas was her name. I became a high school principal and became this teacher's principal. And so we got to know each other a little bit more. Sadly, the mom was diagnosed with cancer. And I used to go visit mom. And by this time, that little girl who was previously in eighth grade was now a college student at University of California, Riverside. And so I would bring lunch over to mom. And, the effects of cancer and chemotherapy were definitely present. And I spoke to the daughter, Adriana, and I'm sure she was thinking, what in the hell is my former principal doing in my house? It was a little awkward. And time went on, and her mom was nearing the end of her life. So I was over at lunch one day, and the mom kind of brought me in close. And she said, I want you to take care of my daughter, make sure she has a job. So we kind of had that moment. Fast forward, I'm actually speaking at mom's funeral, and I kind of told that story and said, this was Mrs. Vargas watching out for her daughter. And I told her that, don't worry, we'll make sure that Adriana is taken care of. Fast forward again, Adriana graduates from college, decides she wants to become a teacher. Thank God she had an amazing interview, got the job on her own merits, and she became a high school Spanish teacher for us at the school that I was formerly principal of now, Rancho Verde High School. And an amazing teacher. Fast forward again, about 2 weeks ago, Adriana was a teacher and then got promoted to be an instructional coach in the district. And as I said, about 2 weeks ago, I was able to recognize her for her accomplishments as our site support staff of the year for the Val Verde Unified School District. And the reason that I think this is such a beautiful story is that we first met her mother and I and her father when they were a family in the district, and Adriana was an eighth grade student. And having been around long enough, in my various roles in the district, I've seen where family members become district employees and wind up doing wonderful things for kids. And so we kind of have a culture in this district, and I'm sure this is not unique to us, where many of our students decide to return to their community that raised them post college, and we wind up hiring them as teachers and other support staff in the district. And to be in the district long enough to see this happen, to me, this is legacy work. And so today, districts will be talking about problems of practice. You get to hear all about ours too. And it's tough, right, to take a step back and reflect on opportunities of growth. But nevertheless, it's crucial that we do so. Yes, it can make us feel vulnerable trying to identify a problem of practice. It's not easy to admit when we need to grow, but this is a part of the fabric that makes us who we are. And I like to think it's a big reason that those of us who are selected to be here are here, because all of us are school communities who have chosen to continually grow and improve. Today, all of us will join forces and learn from one another. And that's beautiful. That's what it's about. Together, we're going to learn, we're going to share, and we're going to succeed. And I hope that you all serve in the communities that you are, working in, so that you too can share the type of story that I've shared with you today, where it's about serving our families and our communities, but I think it's also about creating that space for our own employees so that they can share the strengths of their culture, their music, their art, their foods. And we can gain those different perspectives. In the words of somebody that you will meet today or already know, Dr. Carla De La Torre, who runs all of our family engagement section there, says, very oftentimes the statement that we make is we want to lead with our hearts. And what she talks about is it's important to lead with our ears, listen to our community, and together we create a coalition to serve the needs of all of our students. And we serve the needs of our students by making sure that our families and our employees have a psychologically safe place to share the strengths that we all bring to the table. So to Sterling, thank you so much for the opportunity, and let's have a great day together.
Wow, thank you, Mr. McCormick, for those inspiring words. And what a great way to segue us into seeing our work today as a reflection on opportunities of growth. I definitely like what you said about listening with our ears. And that's definitely what we're going to have to do today to continue to make change in our communities. So thank you.